Welcome to Smart Architectural Programming. Python tutorial, how to convert a set to a list.
My name is Muhammad and coding alongside me is
George, and today we'll be going over a pretty straightforward topic that was asked, how to convert a set into a list. Let you take it, Muhammad.
all right. Yeah, so the topic that we're going to talk about today is something that was raised fairly recently in one of our comments, and with a little bit of research, where I realized a lot of people were inquiring about, how you can convert a set into a list. And this is going to be a fairly straightforward topic, and we're probably going to assume that if you're watching this video, you are already aware what a set is, why people use sets, and what a list is, and why people use lists. So keeping that in mind, we move on how we convert sets into lists. So we'll pretty much be going over 4 different methods. One is an extremely direct method. One is the other 3 are also methods that you can do that, but they have certain unique quirks to them as well. So the first method is simply using the constructor method to convert a set into a list. So a constructor takes in an iterable, which is basically any variable or object or item which has multiple elements within that. So it takes in an iterable and converts that iterable into an iterable list. So in this case, you'll see on line 1, between line 1 and 2, we create a set called mySet and define that set and its values. Between line 4 and 5, we use the list constructor to convert the set into a list. So on line 5, you'll notice I define a variable called myList and then use the list constructor function. Within that function, we put in mySet as the input, and this should pretty much convert the set into a list without without any issues popping up. So just to confirm the result, we print both the set and the list on lines 8 and 9. And with that, we'll just run this code and see if our results are as they should be. So you'll notice set here is a set. And when we print a list, the one that we should have converted successfully, it's a list due to the square brackets. Set has the curly brackets, but list has the square brackets. With that simple way on how you can do it, this is probably the most direct way that you can do, and probably the most common way where you can convert sets into lists. But there are a few other ways that that are good to keep in your mind, because specific unique circumstances might require them, or they might be more appropriate in those situations than the simple constructor function. So the second way you can convert a set into a list is using the sorted function. Now, the sorted function is not a function primarily used to convert sets into lists. The main utility of the sorted function is to convert any iterable, or which is a set of numbers or elements, mainly numbers in this case, and convert that iterable to an ascending order, right? So in this case, we define in line 1 and 2 a set, in line 2, with numbers randomly placed. It's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like previously in the previous example. It's 5, 3, 1, 4, 2 randomly, because I want to exhibit this nature of the sorted function primarily in this example. The sorted function not only converts the iterable to an ascending order, but the output is always a list. So the primary function is not conversion to list, but any data type, any iterable, it converts it to an ascending order, and then it changes the data type to a list. So it's a way you can do a conversion of a set into a list, but it's specifically probably recommended only to be used when you want to convert the set's values to ascending order as well. So on line 5, you'll notice we define a object called myList, where we use the sorted function, and within that the input is mySet. Again, in line 8 and 9, we print these with the specific labels to see if the conversion went successfully. So we run this code. Set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in curly brackets. Again, if you notice, it's been sorted out. And sorted list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 within square brackets, and it's sorted in ascending order, which our original set was not. So that's how you convert a set into a list using the sorted function, bearing in mind that all conversions through sorted function change the elements into an arrangement in ascending order and converts the data type to a list. Now with that out of the way, we'll go to the third mechanism, which is using list comprehensions. So again, list comprehensions, for those who do not know exactly what it is, we have a detailed video on that on our channel, which should be somewhere around the screen or in our description. If you want to get a detailed idea of what list comprehensions are, go see that and come back to this. Otherwise, it's not that essential. You can still understand the other three methods quite clearly. So here we define a set in line 2, my set with 5 values. Then we convert this to list using list comprehension. List comprehension basically does not explicitly convert a set to a list. What it's doing is it's going over all elements of the set and fitting them into a new list, right? So it's just copying those elements one by one and fitting them into a new list. So here we use, within the square brackets, we say x is the exact value we want from the set, and then we run a for loop for the set within the square brackets to define our new elements of our new list. And again, on line 8 and 9, we along with appropriate labels, we print out each of those variables to see if the conversion process went successfully. We run this code, and there you have it. Set is within curly brackets and list with square brackets, which means our conversion went successfully. And with that, we move on to the last method that you could potentially use to convert lists into sets, which is the copy method. So the copy method is available for various Python data types, including sets. And what it does is when it's applied to a set, it creates a shallow copy of the set. It creates the same elements, but it's a separate object from the original one, and it converts that to a list. So in this case, we again define a set here on line 2, and then we use the myset.copy method to convert the myset to a list and save it to a new variable called mylist. We print both of them on line 8 and 9, again, to confirm whether our process went successfully or not, and we should be able to see our results here. Yep, it's been converted to a list, and it's the set is as it is. Bear in mind though that this is probably the most awkward way that you can do the conversion. It's better to use a constructor method first. If that doesn't work out, use the if there's a niche application of sorting out the elements, use the sorted function. And list comprehension is also something that you can use, but I think constructor method is probably the most simplest and easiest way to do that. And with that, we're going to wrap up our video. Again, if you got any value out of our content, or if you get any value of our videos, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. George, would you like to add anything at the end?
No, I think you covered it well. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.